Bakit di ba kapasok, sir? 97 pa lang naman po tayo.
98 na o 98. Dali lang akong ikuan. Ilan ko
Sige
ba
daw
sila
po.
ganina nga mag-join? Still denied daw gihapon ayan. Still denied.
Wala, Sir Ayan. Sir Ayan.
Ay, salamat Ma'am Sheila. Sa YouTube na lang daw po siya.
Ay, salamat.
Si Ma'am Sheila Joy Pascual. Thank you po. Ang iba kasi sir, naka-standby. Pag naay mo gawas, mo diretso silang sulod manggod mo na. Yes, denied kaagad kapag puno ang Google Meet.
Pantayi ayan. Kaya nag-ano sila, nag-request, deny daw sila.
Thank you Sir Ali Fermin sa ating YouTube Live. Nagbigay na po ng link si Sir Ali Fermin ng ating link para sa YouTube Live for our live streaming. Ma'am Marina is in na daw, Sir Lito. Nakapasok na si Ma'am Marina.
Si Sir Kuan na lang, si Sir Mohammad na lang.
Sir Mohammad na lang po ang hinihintay. Time check, it's already 12:33 in the afternoon. I hope na nakapag-lunch na tayong lahat. Nakakain na, busog na, and ready to hear the topics no, na ibibigay ng ating mga speakers this afternoon.
Yan, i-ready kay si ano, gipaano na ako si Mohammad. 99. I see, napaka-cute. Isa may taon ni si Mohammad. Oy, can you share the link? Palagot lagi siya. Oy, gahi siya ulo. Yan ako siya ganina nga mag-mute lang god sa kuan. Yung po siya mo to, oh. Kaya mo yung may matuman.
Triggered na ka, Doc. Hello po sa mga teachers na hindi talaga umalis ng Google Meet. Nandito pa rin hanggang ngayon. Talagang nakaantabay para sa ating susunod na session. Okay. Nandito pa rin. Ayan, si Ma'am Bernadette Sakay, si Ma'am Ruby Angela, si Ma'am Leia, si Ma'am Gloria. Hello po, Ma'am Rachel, Ma'am Christy, Ma'am Michelle, Ma'am April May Colendres, and Ma'am Princess Sarah Amil. Good afternoon po sa lahat.
na lang.
Ma'am Lucilene, good afternoon. Ma'am Philomene, Ma'am Annabelle, Ma'am Sheila, Sir Ian Morante. Hello. Kapag lunch ka na ba, Sir Ian? Ma'am Jennifer, hello po. Ma'am Janeline, good afternoon. Very good, Sir Ian, at nakapag-lunch ka na. Sa mga nasa live stream natin via YouTube, I hope na lahat kayo nakapag-lunch na and ready na para sa ating next session ng ating webinar. This is our part 2 and we will be hearing another 2 speakers coming from Japan and Bangladesh. No? Saan pa kayo makakakita at makakarinig ng mga speakers na ganyan? Dito lang yan sa ating webinar na hatid sa atin ng ating energetic supervisor, none other than Charlito S. Adanza. I would like to acknowledge also the efforts of my co-TWG, Sir Ian Morante, sa ating presentation, and the host of this webinar, Sir John Arsenal, para po sa ating live streaming, as well as Sir Ali Kadapi Fermin. Thank you po. We also have Sir John Mark Javier sa ating certificates, and Sir Kael Adam sa atin din po mga patarpaulin and certificates. We also have Ma'am Edna Vilches.
Katabi ko siya.
Yes, sir. Ang butihing supervisor si Ma'am Edna, sir, no?
No, Principal 3.
Principal 3 of
Son Baliti.
Baliti Elementary School. And we also have Ma'am Erlin Garay, Principal of
2.
Oringo.
Principal 2. Yeah.
Principal 2 of Oringo
Adam
Elementary
is
School.
the school head of
The Tal Salvan
high school.
Yes.
Alvin
of the Tal Salvan High School. And also,
the international prayer.
yes, sir. Sir Alvin Makadagom, ang pinakagahi ng Tagalabangal, senior high school teacher.
Si ano pa, Marie Flor Pakurib, katong kuan.
Yes, sir. Our international prayer also, Ma'am Marie Flor Fakurib. Isang one chat away lang si Teacher Marie, diretso agad. Okay, thank you so much.
Our management team sa division.
Okay, we also have our management team coming from the division office. We have Sir Felix Billion, our SEPs in M&E, and we also have Sir John Michael Castino. Okay.
Top management.
The SEPs in human resource development and education.
Our top management, April, is DS.
Our top management, yes. To mention our Chief CID, Ma'am Juliet Lastimosa, our newly installed Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Carlos Susarno, and our Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Romelito G. Flores, SESO 5. Good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga teachers na nakaantabay pa rin hanggang ngayon mula sa iba't ibang distrito po ng ating dibisyon. Meron na po bang nakapasok from Kahilsut District? I-check ko po muna kasi kanina wala pong nakapasok na Kahilsut nung nag-start tayo sa ating webinar. Kahilsut District, anyone? Hi, Ma'am Elna Almirol from West District. Kahilsut District, meron na po ba from Kahilsut District?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Ma'am Rosalie. You're from?
Edsen, Kailsot Central Elementary School po.
Ay,
Kailsot
okay, Ma'am
District.
Rosalie. Thank you. Meron pa ba kayong kasamahan, Ma'am Rosalie, na nakapasok sa ating Google Meet?
Parang wala, ma'am. Parang ako lang.
Kayo lang po ang nag-iisa. Thank you,
Kaya
Ma'am.
kuan sila, ma'am, nasa YouTube.
Ayan, si
Sa
Ma'am
YouTube
Diane
po sila.
Leonardo, nasa live streaming. Thank you, Sir Ali. Baka po may mag-mention pa po dyan, Sir Ali, kapag tinawag ko po ang district nila na wala pong participant kanina, paki-chat na lang po dito, sir, kasi hindi po ako maka-live stream. Thank you, sir. How about from Lumana?
May sa ano, may ano friend sa
Thank you, Ma'am.
Kuan sila, ma'am.
Tumbler District April, Dana April.
At tinatawag ko pa, sir, dito. Baka po may mag-mention pa. Delayed ang live stream, Jace, no? Okay, how about from Romana C. Acharon District? Romana. Nasa live stream kaya sila, Sir Ali? Baka may mag-mention dyan ng Romana. I-shout out natin dito sa ating Google Meet para makita at malaman ng ating supervisor na nandyan pala sila sa live streaming lang. Hindi nakapag. Ayan, si Ma'am Ruby Angela Carillo from Romana. Ma'am Lydia Ducusin from Kahilsut. Hello, Ma'am. Na-late lang ng konti. Okay, sa Romana kanina, isa lang yata ang aking nabasa. Okay, how about from Tumbler District? Nandyan si Sir Farsi. Nabasa ko na kanina.
Farsi.
Hello, Sir Fars. Wala ka na bang ibang kasamang nakapasok, Sir Farsi?
Lagao Central from
Tumbler District?
Full gihapon daw, April.
Sir?
Full gihapon, dili makasulod si Bangladesh.
Sir Ayan, kailangan na ng powers natin dito, sir. Kasi hindi daw makapasok si Sir Mohammad. And it's 12:43 already.
Yeah, it's full.
Okay. Okay, sabi ni Sir Farsi, nasa live streaming daw mga kasama niya. Shout out sa mga kasama ni Sir Farsi na nasa live streaming. Hello po from Tumbler District. Watching from live stream from Labangal District. Maraming Labangal na nakapasok kanina, nabasa ko sila. We have Ma'am Ami Carbon Subiliaga, Ma'am Luni Ann Soralta Banal, Di Quinto, Jennifer Francisco Dacono, and Ma'am Berlita Gaffa. Hello po. Good afternoon. Ma'am Judy Milano from Saavedra Saway, Ma'am Judy Comeso from Labangal District also, Ma'am Sheila Barbelino. Hello po, good afternoon. Still watching from Katangawan District. Sir Lito, ipatry daw si Sir Mohammad kasi na lang tayo dito, 96. Baka makapasok na siya. Ma'am Grace, please po paki-mute ng ating microphone. Thank you. Ayan, si Ma'am Maria Fe Flores. Sorry po. Ma'am RV Joy Usman from North Fatima. I encourage mga teachers na nasa Google Meet later sa ating mga speakers mamaya. I encourage you to turn on your cameras pero i-keep pa rin po natin naka-mute ang ating microphone. Kasi mas maganda at mas gaganahan po ang ating mga speakers kung nakikita po nila kayo na attentively listening sa kanilang talk. Ayan, marami na pong nag-left. Sir Lito, baka makapasok na po si Sir Mohammad.
Wala, may 1 o'clock. Ako siyang ginakontak. Namatay siya? Namatay siya. Ikuan raw, wala. Naglangaw ka kung kalangay na. Namatay, ano doon? Namatay si Ortiz, Mandirto. Namatay siya man.
Once again po, reminder para sa hindi pa po naka-register, Sir Ayan or Sir Jaser, Sir Mark, pwede bang mapasa sa ating chat box ang link ng ating registration? Ayan, ayan. Ang bilis.
April, ina si Mohammad, April.
Nandiyan na si Sir Mohammad?
Ina daw siya, ingon ni Ayan.
Nakapasok na siya, Sir Ayan?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ay, thank God. Very good. Okay, so time check, it's 12:48. So, Sir Lito, shall we start now?
We will ask Ma'am Marina if she is okay.
Ma'am Marina?
Yes po, we can start. Good
Okay, thank you,
afternoon.
ma'am.
Thank you, Ma'am
Thank
Marina.
you.
Okay, so... Yes, Ma'am Marina?
Yeah, just let me know when I will share my slides.
Okay,
Okay.
sige na, April.
Okay, so before we start the second part of this webinar, we will be having our Makabayan song. Sir Ayan, please have the presentation. Okay, thank you so much, Sir Ayan. Okay, so at this point, let me introduce to you our third speaker for today's webinar. Sir Ayan, can we have the presentation there? Okay, so our third speaker for today's webinar, she is the school administrator at the Good Shepherd Services located at Fuji, Japan. And she will be sharing to us the effective distance education for teaching and learning during this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Marina Oligo. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to correct the title of my presentation is Teaching Social Studies in Japanese Context.
Ay, okay, ma'am. So, teaching social studies in Japanese context.
Wala na change, April. Oo, kasi meron siyang ibigay. Oo.
Dito. Okay, ma'am
Sige.
Marina. Ma'am Michelle, duo. Ma'am Michelle, please mute po your microphone, Ma'am Michelle. Okay na.
Opo, nakikita niyo na po ang aking slide.
Yes, Ma'am Marina.
Yes, okay. Konnichiwa. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po. Naimbag nga malam tayo amin. My name is Marina Oligo, and I'm the school director of Good Shepherd International School of Fuji. I would just like to check because Good Shepherd Services, actually we are under into that company. So the name of our school is Good Shepherd International School, which is under Good Shepherd Services, located here in Fuji, Japan. I am privileged to speak with you and share you how social studies is being taught here in Japan. I spent 12 years as a school administrator in Cambodia before moving here. In fact, I just celebrated my 1-year resident here last 25th of October. So please, for those who are watching online and has been teaching more years or has been here in Japan, please correct me if I will be saying other informations, okay? So, but anyway, all this I'm going to present to you are all based on research and my own experience of how we are doing social studies here in our school. I would like also to say that there are some Japanese words that I need to read it with you. I might sounding them wrong because I'm not yet fluent in Japanese, but you need to know those, especially those who are dreaming or, also those who wants to come to Japan. So before I will go straight to the main topic, I would like to give you a background of the education system first of the Japanese school, okay? So the present Japanese school system was established after World War II between 1947 and 1950 using the American school system as a model. Schooling in Japan is based on a single track, which is 6-3-3-4 system that comprises 9 years of compulsory education. Compulsory. It means every student, every children, or every child should be educated. 6 years of elementary school, which is called the Shogako, and 3 years of middle school, which is called the Chugako, followed by an optional 3 years of high school, which is called the Kotogako, and 2 or 4 years of college and university, which is called Daigaku. The 1946 new constitution guaranteed compulsory education and instituted the right of every citizen to receive education for the first time in Japan history. Why is it compulsory? Japanese government actually, or the Japanese people really want every single child in the family to be educated, more or less, at least they will complete the 9 years. And we all know, like here in Japan, every family is being supported by the government. Okay, so like we pay tax, but our tax is being returned in these different special privilege that we are actually receiving from the government. Academic calendar. Okay, the Japanese elementary and secondary school year extends from April 1 to March 31 and includes 3 terms. Term 1 is from April to July, and September to December, and January to March. 3 extended holidays break up the school session. The longest being the summer break, generally from late July to the beginning of September. But even they have this summer break, they call it summer break. Not all students are actually free. They are still being sent to many different summer camps. Japanese children traditionally attend school 5.5 days a week. That was long time. In 1992, a 5-day week was piloted once a month, and now elementary schools have the shorter 5-day week every other week. In April 2002, the 5-day week school system has been introduced as the norm. Japanese curricula. In Japan, the curricula for elementary, middle, and high school is based on the regulation of the school education law. Each school organizes its own curricula in line with the relevant laws and in accordance with the course of study, Gakushu Shido Yoryo, prepared and published by Mongushu, which is the Ministry of Education, and now has been changed as the Ministry of Education, Sports, Culture, Science, and Technology. The course of study revised approximately every 10 years, contains the government standards and for the various subjects and activities of public school education and includes grade by grade guidelines. Textbooks must include no more and no less than the content specified for a particular grade. So grade 1 cannot study the subject for grade 2. So they are learning particularly what is to be taught in a particular grade. The standards and guidelines are strict, more so in social studies than in other subjects such as music and arts. In the United States, textbooks are often approved by government or agencies, but not by the federal government. Japanese textbooks are authorized and must be approved by the National Ministry of Education. The use of authorized textbooks is mandatory for elementary and secondary school. What are the subjects being taught in Japan? Children between the age of 6 and 12 attend elementary school where they taught general elementary education suited to the relevant stage of their physical and mental development. Subject taught in elementary school are Japanese language, which is called the Koguku, social studies Shakai, arithmetic Sansu, science Rika, life environment studies Seikatsuka, music Ongaku, drawing and handicraft, which is Zuga Kosaku, homemaking Kateika, and physical education Kaiiku. Moral education, dotuku, and time for special activities, tukubetsu, katso duu, are included in the elementary school curriculum. Special activities include classroom and school assemblies, students' council, club activities, ceremonial events, and others. Third and fourth, fifth, and sixth grade students will have what is called integrated study. That is the Sogoku Gakushu, beginning in April 2. Integrated study will include international understanding, or the Kukusai Rikai, mainly learning English. This is when the type, it was in 2002 when Japanese opened up their education system, that there will be an English to be included in the class. That's why ALT became famous at that time, assistant language teachers. And up to now, the need of ALT is actually very much needed here in Japan. Some elementary schools have experimentally introduced integrated study. So now they have ALT from grade 3. Before it was just from grade 6, but now they started having it from grade 3. What are the class hours in Japan? One class hour is defined as 45 minutes. A 15-minute recess separates classes. The number of prescribed school hours is also precisely defined, increasing from 850 per school year in the first grade to 1,015 in grades 4 through 6. However, the new course of study to be implemented in April 2002 reduces the number of class hours, 782 in first grade and 945 in fourth, fifth, and sixth grades because of the introduction of the 5-day school week and the promotion of flexible and liberal education. Thus, some course content will be reduced or moved to the upper grades or upper levels. Although the total class hours are reduced, the elementary school curriculum historically gives considerably more time to Japanese language and arithmetic than other subjects such as social studies and science. Social studies, as we call it, shakai. It is where the word shakai hoken come from, which means the pension. Okay, when you come here, you are insured, and they call that the social insurance, which is the shakai hoken. Social studies as school subject was introduced in 1947. It followed the social studies model existing in the United States. The subject of social studies may be divided into 5 historical periods according to the main revision of the course of study. The first is the immediate post-war, which is from 1947 to 1955. It is associated with the need for reconstruction of the national economy and for forming a modern democratic society. During the second period, which is the 1955 to 1968, the Japanese social climate by strengthening systematic learning with an emphasis on experience and problem solving. The 1960 revision was influenced by Jerome S. Bruner's book, The Process of Education. In it, concept development was a central focus. Additionally, 4 themes were identified: the role of structure in learning and how to use it, readiness for learning, the role of intuition in learning, and the desire to learn and how one is motivated to learn. The third period was in 1968 to 1977. The Japanese economy grew rapidly. Knowledge about the interrelationship between the national economy and the international economy politics was required. During the fourth period, which is in 1980s, social studies emphasized various aspects of a post-industrial information society, including both positive and negative prospects. Finally, the 1989 revision of the course of study, first implemented in 1992, created a new subject referred to as life environment studies, which combined social studies and science for grades 1 and 2. Thus, the subject of social studies does not exist as a separate area of study in the curriculum for first and second graders. Hours to teach social studies. The current curriculum allocates 105 hours in social studies in third and fourth, fifth and sixth grades. However, in 1998 course of study to be implemented beginning in 2002 reduces the amount of time devoted to social studies. So 70 hours in third grade, 85 hours in fourth grade, 90 hours in fifth grade, and 100 hours in sixth grade. The fundamental objectives of social studies in Japanese elementary school is to make understand social life, to encourage students to understand and care about the nation's land and history, and to cultivate a fundamental awareness of being citizen in an internationalized, democratic, and peaceful nation and society. The new social studies curriculum aims to make students think and learn problem-solving skills rather than simply memorize facts. May I know how many hours is social studies being taught there in the Philippines? Oh. Okay, what are the topics taught in social studies? Grade 3 and 4 are taught local, physical, and cultural geography, local businesses and industry, community services and organization, public utilities, water, that talks about water, electricity, and gas, regions, emergency services, local daily life, past and present, the structure and function of city and prefecture governments, and local famous ancestors and cultural heritage. Students can learn about their local communities through 2-year curriculum. For those who are teaching third and fourth graders, can you see any similarities of what you are teaching to your grade 3 and 4 students to the topics being taught in social studies here in Japan? For the fifth graders, they learn about Japan's agriculture and fishing industries, manufacturing industry, communication and transportation system, geography, environment, and related problems and natural resources such as oceans, lakes, rivers, and forests. For the sixth graders, they are taught the use of maps, documents. Hello?
Go ahead, Ma'am Marina.
Okay, sorry po. And statistical data. Japanese history from ancient to contemporary famous historical figures, the Japanese Constitution, the connection of the nation's economy to that of the world, the need for international exchanges and cooperation, and the role of the United Nations. Life environment studies, or what we call the Seikatsuka, is a relatively new subject, replacing and combining the subject of social studies and science for first and second graders. This was introduced in April 1992. The Japanese curriculum allocates 102 hours to the subject in first grade and 195 hours in second grade. Although the 1998 course of study implemented from April 2000 to reduce the number of total class hours, the amount of time devoted to life environment studies has not changed. Life environment topics. These are the topics for first grade students. They are taught the school physical plant, or the roles of the teacher, the different department of the school. They are being taught about the equipments being used at school and the surrounding parks. This is for the first grade. By the way, just to let you know, like in every school here in Japan, they have a huge playground. And in every community, there is what they call community parks. They also study about family and neighborhood, Japanese traditional games, for example, spinning top. Yun po yung, hindi ko pa alam sa Ilocano, tawag po namin doon, kampuso. Hindi ko pa alam kung anong tawag po sa inyo dyan sa Davao. Sa Davao. And they also have this game called the Take-uma. They also study daily life responsibilities and, of course, friendship, as well as science topics such as plants and animals.
Ma'am Marina.
Yes po.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, pero parang nawala po ang iyong presentation, ma'am.
Oh. Sorry po, ma'am. Where am I now? Ma'am, I will present again. I'm so sorry.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
There you are. Is my presentation back?
Yes, Ma'am Marina.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I would like to repeat. For second graders, the students are being taught neighborhood businesses, daily communication, like for example, telecommunication and computers. They also learn about mapping, public transportation, about the bus and train. They are also given the opportunity, of course, to ride the bus and train or the Shinkansen together with their classmates and their head teachers. And they also learn about safety, the 4 seasons and regional activities. They also are being taught on how to make toys, local natural resources, plants and animals, and dependence on and gratitude towards other people. So for our social studies teachers in the Philippines, can you see any similarities of what are being taught for grade 1s and grade 2? We don't call it social studies for grade 1 and grade 2, but we call it life environment. Why is Japan one among the top 10 countries for education around the world? Number one, they said, which is true, manners before knowledge. In Japanese school, the students don't take any exams until they reach the age of 10. They just take small tests. Parang mga chapter quiz, mga ganyan lang. It is believed that the goal for the first 3 years of school is not to judge the child knowledge or learning, but to establish good manners and to develop their character. Children are taught to respect other people and to be gentle to animals and nature. They also learn how to be generous, compassionate, and empathetic. Besides this, pupils are taught qualities like grit, self-control, and justice. Number two, most Japanese schools do not employ janitors or custodians. The students clean their school themselves. In Japanese schools, students have to clean the classroom, cafeterias, and even toilets all by themselves. We also don't have security guards here. When cleaning, students are divided into small groups and assigned tasks that rotate throughout the year. The Japanese education system believes that requiring students to clean up after themselves teaches them to work in a team and help each other. Besides spending their own time and effort sweeping, mopping, and wiping makes pupils respect their own work and the work of others. Clearly, respect for our learning environment is essential, and vibrant classroom displays and well-ordered classrooms all play their part. 3. In Japanese school lunch is provided on standardized menu. So the school provide lunch, and this is free. The Japanese education system does its best to ensure that the student eat healthy and balanced meal. School lunch are called obento. All classmates eat together with the teacher. This help builds positive teacher-student relationship. Lunchtime here at GSIS school has a similar feel with teachers, support staff, and students all dining together. It is amazing what useful conversation takes place over the dish of the day, and all these interactions help build the family atmosphere that we so value. Number 4, after-school workshops are very popular in Japan. After-school programs are also known as gakudo. In order to get into a good junior high school, most Japanese students enter a preparatory school or attend private after-school workshops. The classes in these schools are held in the evenings. Seeing groups of small kids returning from their extracurricular courses late in the evening is common in Japan. Japanese students have an 8-hour school day, but apart from that, they study even during the holidays and on weekends. Our school provides music, voice, lesson, dance, and arts for our after-school program, or it was also known, or it's being called here in Japan as gakudo. Number 5, apart from traditional subjects, Japanese students also learn Japanese calligraphy and poetry. Japanese calligraphy or shodo involves dipping a bamboo brush in ink and using it to write hieroglyphs on rice paper. For Japanese people, Shudo is an art that is no less popular than traditional painting. Haiku, on the other hand, is a form of poetry that uses simple expressions to convey deep emotions to readers. Both classes teach children to respect their own culture and centuries-old tradition. And last but not the least, why Japan is considered to be one of the top 10 schools in the world. Nearly all students have to wear a school uniform. Almost all junior high school requires their students to wear school uniforms, while some schools have their own attire. Traditional Japanese school uniform consists of a military style for boys and a sailor outfit for girls. The uniform policy is intended to remove barriers and get them into a working mood. It also helps to promote a sense of community among the children. And everything is free here except uniform and bags, which is really costing a lot. What are the fundamental objectives of social studies in Japanese elementary school? It is to make students understand social life. It is to encourage students to understand and care about the nation's land and history, and to cultivate fundamental awareness of being citizen in an internationalized, democratic, and peaceful nation and society. The new social studies curriculum aims to make students think and learn problem-solving skills rather than simply memorizing facts. For grade 3, the objectives in life environment is to encourage the development of young children who are well equipped to contribute to society by teaching them about their neighbors and communities. To encourage students to care about their neighbors and communities as well as other young children. To promote in children an increased awareness of themselves as members of a community and society. Number 2, to encourage young children to be interested in animals and plants and to preserve the environment. To provide children with skills for arranging their daily life. Number 3, to encourage young children to express their feeling by using words, arts, action, and drama through interacting with people and learning about society and the environment. In our kindergarten school, which is my school now, how we teach actually life environment studies in our kindergarten is thematic. And because we are an English school, we use English as the medium of instruction. Our learning goals are set to teach students about concept and keywords for each monthly theme. Themes are based on the objectives of Japan Life Environment Studies for young learners. And themes are taught in 4 weeks. The lessons are presented in various ways like videos, stories, music, crafts, project, and role plays. I would like to inform our audience that the school I am currently working now actually is a beginning school. So we are only actually up to kindergarten, and we have our after-school students, which is in our private Gakudo, and they starts from 2 o'clock. But in our preschool and kindergarten, we align our life environment studies to what the grade 1s and grade 2 students are studying in the public school. let's say also here are the examples of our themes that we teach here in our school. So we teach I, me, myself, and most of the time we talk about their physical appearance, like because we are international schools, we have all this mixed culture. We have pure Japanese, we have Japanese and Vietnamese, we have Japanese, Filipino. So if you will see them by looking at them physically, there are actually, like similar differences. So we talk about those under this theme, I, me, myself, me and my family. We talk about who are the people living with them in their house. So how many family members are in the house. Okay, we also talk about me and my friend. We say that your friends and your playmates. We talk about their classmates. Okay, we also teach about me and my school. We talk about like what are the roles and rules of the teachers or the different staff at school. We talk about me and my community. We talk about sceneries, buildings. We also talk about community workers, what are the job and place of work there's these community workers are working at. We also teach cultural celebration, which is based on Japanese and other international celebrations. We talk about home sweet home, parts of the house. We have to teach grow, grow, grow because we want them to learn also about human development, plants and animals. And all these themes are aligned to the objectives of what are to be taught for learning in grade 1 and grade 2. So here's an example of how we teach the theme. So our theme is cultural celebration, which is, this was a celebration that was observed last May, and they call this the Koinobori, or we call it in English as carp streamer. This is a very famous holiday here in Japan for young learners because it is also considered as their Children's Day. It is a day to wish all children a happy and healthy life. Okay, so when we taught this, actually it was in May, and that was the time when the pandemic or the COVID was so what they call strong. Okay, we have so many cases here in our place at that time. So when we have this theme in May, we have actually to teach this online. So I know that everybody understand like teaching online is really difficult. Okay, so when I covered for this lesson actually that time in May. So I have to teach the children about the song. Actually, it was them who teach me the song, okay, because they knew it exactly. But what I did is I translate every single word in English, and then we sing it in English. Luckily, there is also an English version in YouTube. We sing together. Their family was watching and joining us during the Zoom class. So we enjoy so much. And then all the words that is written or that is being sung, we have to say it in English, and then that will be considered as their vocabulary word for that week. So for the follow-up of the lesson, we will get to let them know that yane means roof, or takai means high, the uki means big. So that is just a simple and an example of how we follow up actually learning to our ELL students, English language learners. It was mentioned earlier in the morning session that when we teach children or the young learners with social studies, we have to be creative. There should be a lot of arts and crafts. There should be singing. There should be a lot of movement and description, so that they will be engaged and they will remember exactly what is being taught to them. So these are just example. This picture I'm showing you is how I did it online last time in May. Yeah, you can see that it was in May, and it was I just take over about this class, and I enjoyed it actually. So this is another example where we taught me and my community. So, you know, here in Japan, that disposing rubbish or trash or garbage is very strict. So as much as possible, whatever we can recycle from our school, we turn it into projects. So when we were teaching about this team, me and my community, as part of the kindergarten lesson, we have to get the children to create their own ideas, okay? And it was a project. We play, we talk about first about how their houses look like. And then what I did actually is I just give all the scrap materials in front of them. Remember, these are 6 years old students, okay? So I told them, just create anything you want to create. I give all the resources that they need: scotch tape, scissors, colored papers, anything that is very useful for arts and craft. And I told them, I want you to present your community. And this is the product they were able to make it. So they have their small community, okay? If you can see the picture, because I am in Fuji, and Mount Fuji is actually an overlooking in our school. So they also put Mount Fuji as part of their community, which is true because it talks about landmarks. We also talk about me and my community. Part of it is when we talk about workers. So this is how we presented actually, because it is play-based. Our school is a play-based approach. So we get our kids to play, we buy or we give them the resources that they need, and to understand more about the topics we are actually introducing. Which is about workers. We also have the time to teach them how does like a chef look like, what does a doctor or a vet does. Okay, so most of the time it's actually play-based learning, and we use actually inductive, so that after they play, after they learn what are the terminologies used to such item or such thing, and then when we sit down together at the end of the day, that's the time we actually generalize or summarize how did their play went through during the day. Still part of the me and my community. You look at this little boy, because we say play-based, and there should be pairing, there should be grouping, so they are enjoying. So I think, as I remember during this time, the scenario was the engineer got hurt and he has to be rushed in the clinic, so the doctor has to check him. These two boys are 6 years old only. So their creativity is being their creativity is being shown on how the product of that they are doing actually in every project that the teacher would like them to present. So the teacher should be creative and excite the kids or the students about their topic. They have to use objects or real object, pictures. They have also to read text or listen to tapes, role play, and there must be a dialogue, there must be pairing, there must be group, and there should be asking questions when you are presenting your lesson. What are the factors affecting young learners? Okay, number one is age. Okay, so limited attention span, engaging the children in fun activities is important. The lesson should be motivating and should be integrated in every lesson should be integrated in the other subject areas, in your phonics, in your math. Okay. So number two, learner differences. Because we are an international school, we have international students, meaning they already speak the English language, so they are considered fast learners. And on the other hand, for those who really are ELL or English language learners, they find the lesson difficult sometimes, so their character change and they learn slower. What are the implications for new foreign language teachers? Number one, physical presence. When you are a new foreign teacher here in Japan, it is a must to know the basic culture and practices of the local people and children. In terms of proximity, Japanese people always distance themselves to other people. So social distancing has been a practice here in Japan even before COVID, meaning teachers can just go very close to the students. How the teacher dress up also means a lot. For the preschool teachers, wearing apron is more decent or they find it more hygienic. Movement and eye contact are also important. Voice and pronunciations. Japanese people talks very smooth and slow. So as a foreign teacher for young learners, we have to practice these two. Our pronunciation or accent can strongly affect the meaning of the word. As for the Japanese arrangement of the vowels, which is A-E-I-O-U or A-E-I-O-A for us. For them, it is arranged as A, I, U, E, O. So when I was practicing this, actually, my tongue is being twisted because, of course, my mindset is still the American way or our Filipino way, which is the A-E-I-O-A. And then here comes in Japan, I have to say it, I, U, E, O. Okay, best seating arrangement. Most likely, if you go to class, public schools here, they are still doing the traditional, but there are also those teachers who are, of course, they left the country, they go to other countries, and they saw how the other classrooms are, how seating arrangement are being done in other countries. So they also introduce like horseshoe or face-to-face, okay? But most likely they prefer traditional, so each learner can concentrate. They all groupings, like by pairing, we cannot actually, it's difficult to find someone to pair with because most of them are ELL. So if we pair them, we cannot actually guarantee that there will be a reply from them. So we prefer to have like at least 3 or 4 when we're doing grouping. So at least in that group, there is one who can actually lead the conversation or communication. Yes. Room arrangement, like because Japan is always being struck of earthquake and tsunamis, classroom furniture should be well mounted and permanent. In a preschool classroom, and you are doing play base or center base, so your center divider should be knee level only as much as possible. So in conclusion, since its beginning as a school subject following World War II to contemporary times, Japanese elementary school social studies has seen many changes, such as the reduction of total hours, the introduction of the 5-day week system, and the introduction of integrated study at the same time. Japanese elementary school teachers have had to consider major pedagogical issues such as, number one, a challenge to change from old lecture-centered teaching to student-centered or project-centered teaching. Number 2, a move to encourage students to think by themselves and to cultivate their problem-solving skills. Number 3, a challenge to teach social studies beyond textbooks, and a concern over reduced class hours and the integration of other disciplines such as science and the new integrated study. We believe that Japanese elementary schools teachers share similar concerns with other teachers around the world, as might be seen in this issue of social studies and the young learners. So if you want to know more, here's my reference. You can check Life Environment Studies and Social Studies in Japan by Masato Ogawa and Pat Nicknell and Sherry L. Field. Also, some part of my presentation, I take it from our curriculum guide. So if you have any question,
Okay,
willing to
there you
answer them.
go. Thank you, Ma'am Marina. Okay, kung meron po tayong question for Ma'am Marina, feel free to ask po. Participants, teachers, if you want to
So
ask
if you don't have any, Ma'am, may I just close my slides
Sure, Ma'am.
so
Sure,
that I
Ma'am.
can see everybody? Yes.
Yes, Ma'am. Sure po. Ayan. Okay. Teachers, meron po ba kayong takeaway doon sa topic ni Ma'am Marina about the Japanese context po ng kanilang education system?
I hope you have seen similarities of what we are doing here and what the Filipino social studies are doing, especially for the young learners, because, you know, like it is very, the foundation is very, we need a strong foundation. That's why in our school, okay, just like I mentioned, my school now actually is a starting school, and luckily we are actually now registered under the Ministry of Education in Shizuoka Prefecture. So our students are also receiving scholarship. It's just like the public school. And even our teachers, they are getting also a part of their salary from the government, okay? So we are a growing school, and of course, I pray to God and I cross my finger that I will be able to make this school also into primary and secondary, just like what I have done in Cambodia. Yeah.
Wow. Grabe si Ma'am Marina ba? You are the school administrator there, Ma'am Marina, no?
Yes, when I was in Cambodia, I worked for my 13 years, I just worked in one school. It's just like here, I started with 16 students, and before I left Cambodia in last year, there was about 1,000, nearly 2,000 students. And my first students were our first grade 12 graduates.
Okay. So meron po tayong takeaway from Sir John Mark Javier, Ma'am Marina. It is nice to know that the goal for the first 3 years of school is not to judge the learner's knowledge, but to establish their good manners and develop their characters. Yun po ang kanyang takeaway.
Yes po.
Topic.
Yes po, that is the number one na gustong gawin talaga dito sa Japan. So, you know, something like in Cambodia, when I was in Cambodia, during snack time, all the trash, you know, like all ended up in our classroom garbage. And there's no sorting. Here, no. If you bring your food and it's covered with plastic or anything, you have to bring that back home with you. You cannot throw that trash in your classroom rubbish or trash bin. Yeah, so something like that. And every single child, when they eat lunch, they have actually a placemat, but it's not a placemat which is hard like what we use at home. They have actually like a handkerchief, you know, white handkerchief, and they put on top their obento or their lunchbox. And any single rice, it all goes there. They don't want to drop it on the floor or on the table, so everything is clean. And after they eat, they have to wipe their table.
Yeah. Very
Yes,
disciplined talaga,
yes
Ma'am Marina.
po, yes po.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question, Ma'am Marina. How is the teaching of religion daw po dyan sa Japan?
Religion, Japan is open, okay? So like my school, it is called Good Shepherd. We integrate actually, we don't have a cold religion subject, but we integrate actually the learning of the Bible stories to children. We pray
Okay.
before lunch. This is a Buddhist country, but they are okay. They respect any religion, and parents are, they respect whatever the culture is happening in the school. Yes po.
Okay, ma'am. Another question, ma'am. Paano daw po ang grading system ng mga bata from kinder to grade 3?
For our school, wala po kaming percentage or numerical. It's all about assessment, and we have to present like what are the age milestone of each student, so what are expected to this age level. And take note po, wala po kaming pullback na student even in the public school. Everybody should move up. Okay, because they don't think of the grade. What is
Yeah.
important in Japan is actually the entrance examination every year that they move in a higher level. We don't look
Wow.
on the 97 or 98 grade during the academic year, but we look towards the entrance examination po. So wala po talagang repeater. It's a mandatory that all children should be leveled up.
Okay, ma'am. Another question, Ma'am Marina. How is
Yeah.
Japan sustaining its education, especially in elementary, amidst pandemic?
Oh, yeah. During the time of because I am here in Fuji, there's not so much affected, unlike in Tokyo. Okay. Actually, in May, when the high number actually goes up, it was the highest peak. What they did is only like to lock down. We send the kids, and then we do modular, we do online. That's how they maintain. And then when we were back, they move very quick. Okay, and then when we were back face to face, they have to do like 3 days a week for different students. So they have to divide it. Instead of having 20 students in the class, they have to divide it 10 in different days, and they have to do it on Saturday. And right now, that's why all the days that they missed during the lockdown, they are paying now. So instead of going home for the kids from kindergarten to grade 3, instead of going home at 2:30, they have to extend an hour and they have to go home at 3:30. Parang may remedial of what they have lost during the lockdown.
Yeah. Then, thank you for that answer, Ma'am Marina. Then another question, ma'am, from those participants na naka-live stream po. Ma'am, may I know how discipline is imposed on Japanese learners and the reaction of parents about it?
That is something that is new to me. When I was in the other country, especially when I was in Cambodia, because I work in an international school. Nasabi rin nito ni Sir Jay kaninang umaga at Miss Jean, that in our international school in Phnom Penh, we cannot actually say any word. The child protection policy is strongly being implemented. Same here, okay? They have the policy, strong children protection policy. But what is the difference is that if we talk to the parents, okay, they respect of what we say, and they help us on how actually we have to discipline their kids. But of course, as a teacher, we don't hurt the child, we don't hit, we don't do, but I just don't know. But it's really a different place that when in the classroom they are quiet. It's just like totally different when I came here. Just like what I have said, it's totally different because they are mannered from home already before they come to school. So anything that they adapt as negative at school, that will be a concern of the parent and they have to bring it to us. Unlike my previous time is like they get it maybe from home and they bring to school, but this time is no. It will be the parents who will come and tell you and ask you, teacher, I observed my child doing this. What's happening in the classroom? You know, because they are already mannered from home, and we
Yeah.
just need to continue it here at school.
Yes.
Not all, not all. Of course, there's always who are bully, you know. But if we meet with parents, if we talk to them, they learn. They learn. I'm still practicing my behavioral management here because I'm just 1 year resident.
Thank you, Ma'am Marina. We also have question here, pero parang may pagkakahawig din po ito kanina sa naunang question po. How about the disciplinary
Yeah,
measure
same.
daw po being imposed? Is there any sanction? Kung meron po ba?
Yes, because what actually the school does is, let's say, the child is not doing their homework because it's a mandatory that they have to do their homework, you know. And then if a child does not do her homework, the teacher will call the parent. And then the parent will go to school, they will sit together, and they will have to know, like, what's happening at home. Why does the child was not able to complete her homework, okay? And they give actually a reprimand to the parent. It's the responsibility of the parent to discipline the child. Yes po, ganun po yung gawain nila dito. So kapag pinatawag ang parent dito sa school, takot na takot po sila.
Natakot.
Yes po. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Kasi parang ano ba, no? Kasalanan talaga ng parent. Ganun ba?
Yes, yes. Yun po yung ano po nila dito. Yun po yung feeling ng parents. You know what? There is actually a separate. Every morning, I just want to share you like how is the every morning scenario of the public students here, okay? So in every sidewalk, there is a allotted lane for pupils, for students. So in every community, there is one school because it is the city hall who actually pinpoint which school these students should go. So take note, all students or all members of the family are being monitored by the city hall. So that is for the primary. So in every community, there is a primary school. And then for a farther distance, there will be this junior high school and a senior high school. Okay, something like that. So they are being monitored. And every morning, if you will see the grade 6 students, they are accompanying actually the grade 1 students. They are the one leading them to go to school. And they have to walk. No school buses. They have to walk even as far. There is a certain meters, you know, or kilometers that children should walk and parents should not bring them by car, or they cannot even ride their bicycles.
Wow.
Yes.
Very disciplined indeed, ma'am, no? Kaya talagang very productive ang Japan because of the disciplined people living in that country. And very, ano din ma'am, very, tawag nito, nakakahanga, no? Na in the
Yes
first
po,
week
yes po.
of these children, they are being taught about the values in life, not about the science, not about mathematics, but the value should be instilled first before learning those subjects, no?
Right.
Very good indeed, ma'am.
Yeah. At early age, you see, imagine grade 6, like already leading. They call it senpai, you know, like someone who looks after the grade 1, the grade 5 looks after the grade 2, something like that. And they walk by pair on the road going to the school.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Marina. Wow, grabe. Grabe, bombarded with knowledge, Ma'am Ba. Thank you so much talaga po. As much as we wanted to cater all the questions, but then it's already 1:55.
Just in
And
case you plan to come to Japan, let me know. I can be your tourist in Fuji City only, okay?
Wow.
Yeah. April, I just don't know, Ma'am Marina, di ba? I visited Japan 2008 and 2019 last year.
Yes,
So,
sir.
ganun pa ba when we visit the schools kasi hindi pwede na ipasok mo yung mga sapatos mo. May mga chinelas, ang daming chinelas na naka-ready for all the visitors.
Yes.
Ganun din, ma'am.
No shoes in the school, but we have what we call the sleepers. Okay. But I don't know if you know, in early 1980s, I am from Baguio, by the way, you know, like in 1980s, umuso po kasi yung Chinese shoes na sinasabi natin noon sa Pilipinas. That is exactly how does it look yung mga slippers namin or yung classroom shoes namin. Yeah. Yeah, so no children are allowed to wear shoes inside the classroom. We are given actually a school shoe or school slippers. Yes, and everything is at the lobby. There is a certain pigeonhole for you to keep your shoes. And then, before the pandemic po, sabi ko nga po, there is already social distancing here. In every room, in every door, there is already that natural hand sanitizer, you know, the sink. Ayan po.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes po. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Marina. Ang dami naming natutunan, ma'am. I thought na yung mga nababasa namin sa Facebook about that early childhood education sa Japan ay ano lang, meme or hindi totoo, pero talagang totoo pala, no? No janitor, no guards.
No
Only the
security
students
guards.
manage themselves inside the school. And that's
Yes,
very, ano ma'am, nakakabilib, nakakahanga talaga po. And I just hope na makuha din po yan ng Pilipinas. Ano ho? Ano kayang magiging mukha ng education ng Pilipinas kung ganyan din ang ating makukuha. At natawa si Sir Lito Adanza.
Kasi monitored sila, the government monitored their schools.
Yes.
Oo.
Every
Sa atin
community.
Being reported po kasi sa City Hall. Yes po.
My primary school, every community. Very disciplined indeed. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma'am Marina. And before you go out of this meet, I would like to give you the certificate of recognition. Sir Ayan, please have the presentation. Para makita po ni Ma'am Marina ang mukha ng kanyang certificate, even if hindi niya ito mahawakan personally, we will just give it to you, Ma'am, virtually. Okay, so certificate of recognition. In grateful recognition of her valuable and unwavering support, she extended as resource speaker of the webinar for effective distance education for social science teachers during turbulent times, held on November 8, 2020, via Google Meet at General Santos City, given this 8th day of November 2020 at General Santos City, Philippines. Signed, Romelito G. Flores, SO5, Schools Division Superintendent. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Miss Marina Oligo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be sharing informations with you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
We will just send their certificate sa ano na lang, sa email or sa ano sa group na gi-create namin.
Yes po, sir.
Para doon na lang ma-print. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ma'am Marina.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you have it. Our third speaker for today's seminar, Ma'am Marina Oligo, fresh from Japan. Wow. Kanina, we have two speakers from the Kingdom of Cambodia. Then,
yeah, di basta-basta.
Umakyat tayo, pumunta tayo dun sa parting itaas, nagpunta tayo ng Japan, at ngayon na naman ay bababa tayo, pupunta tayong Bangladesh.
Asan na dapit ang Bangladesh, April?
Tour na rin ito, ano? Sir?
Asan ang Bangladesh?
Dito lamang yan sa may, asa ba ng Bangladesh? South Asia, ba yata ng Bangladesh, sir?
Nakalimot ako, anak ko, wala ko nagtudlog Asia. Ipatanaw kay Jaser, ipapauta na kay Jaser o kay Mark. Asa na ng Bangladesh? Timog Asya daw. Timog Asya, sabi ni Mark.
My memory serves me right. It's in South Asia. No?
Timog Asya.
Yes, sir.
Timog Silangan ba? South Asia.
South. Hindi siya kasali sa Southeast. Okay, nandyan na ba? Nandito pa ba ang ating speaker, Sir Lito?
I don't know kung available na siya, pero nakapasok na siya. I don't know kung available siya kasi ang ating agreement sa kanya is 3 to 5 p.m. siya. But nandito naman siya.
Pero di ba we had na mag-ano tayo ng time? Iakyat natin ng time?
Oo. So,
then we agreed. Pero umalis siya kanina po. Nag-left siya sa meet.
Tingnan natin siya, Bi. Nag-left siya?
Yes, sir. Kanina nakita ko po. Mohammad Sozon left the meeting.
Uy. Why?
Baka napindot po ang left sa sa cellphone.
Bakit ba? Oh, sige, baka mag-CR pa sila April. Bigyan mo natin sila ng time.
Okay, okay. Ay, akala ko baka nag-CR ang ating speaker. Okay, sige po.
April, ang YouTube daw, April, wala nag-function.
Sir Jay, sir, sa YouTube daw po, wala daw sounds. Check po natin, sir, ha?
Naman,
Naaman daw, sir, dito. Naga-sounds
Okay.
na.
delayed po ng ilang
Delayed
seconds ang
Delayed na talaga.
YouTube.
Okay. Sige, sinend po ulit ni Sir Ayan Morante ang link for the registration. Once again, teachers, yung mga nasa Google Meet and itong mga nasa live stream, do not forget to register. And please use your DepEd email account para po mas madaling makapasok sa ating registration. We have 672 total registrants, Sir Lito Adambo.
How many?
672.
Ay, it's kulang
We are
pa.
close. We are closer to 900.
Oh, I'm sad.
Sad ka pa rin, sir.
Yes, kasi Joe Biden won already. And he got 290 electoral votes.
Ano yan? Sa US na election.
US election.
Biglang nag-shift. Okay, anyway.
On
They
12,
always-
you remind April, you remind them if they are still interested to join. On November 12, we have speaker from Singapore and USA.
Yes, sir. Singapore and USA lang ba, sir? Wala na bang Philippines?
Merong Philippines merong speaker from, tatlo lang ba sila? Nakalimutan ko man, oy.
4 yata, sir. From South Korea.
Yeah, we have South Korea, we have Singapore, South Korea, we have USA, and we have Philippines.
Philippines. Okay. I am inviting you all, teachers, itong mga nandito sa Google Meet and sa mga naka-live streaming via YouTube. I am inviting you once again on November 12, tama pala. November
9
12,
o'clock.
we're going to have the fourth
last.
seminar or webinar with the same title, but we have the different set of speakers. We have from Japan, we have from Singapore. He is a Filipino but working on Singapore, in USA, a Filipino also working in USA, and in the Philippines, of course, a Filipino, and from South Korea, a South Korean
Nationality.
nationality. I just hope that we will understand the English from South Korea.
Is good in English. He's good. Even Cebuano and Tagalog.
Na-meet na natin siya, sir, no? Doon sa Fela
Yes.
Grande.
Yes. We're hoping to get, according to Ian, Mohammad is preparing now. 10 minutes, he will be joining the
meet.
Google Meet. Yeah. But before the year ends, hopefully, God willing, we will still have 2 to 3 webinars. And I have already 3 initial talk with international speakers from US who will be joining with us before the year ends. Hopefully, you can still join the webinar if you are still interested to join.
If you will allow us, Sir Lito, we will be joining.
Ay, bahala kayo dyan.
Sir Ali Fermin, pakisabi po kay Ma'am Helen Abad, ang gagamitin po sa registration is ang DepEd email account. Para po hindi na po mag-need permission.
Yeah.
Yes, Sir Ali, lahat ay pang-international.
Lahat sana, dapat sana maka-join at saka maka-share talaga, April, para makita ng iba pa mga teachers na hindi naka-join. Sayang ang chance. Kasi walang mga certificates halos ngayon, walang training. It's only webinars. So they can attach this in their portfolio that they have attended at least 4. 4 for this year, no? Hopefully.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
250 daw ang nanood kaninang umaga sa ano.
Yes, sir. Then this afternoon is dadagdagan pa yata.
Okay. Sabi ni Al. Let's go on, let's activate this FB kasi dito lang tayo makaano eh. FB page, no? We still have another trainings, mga local trainings, national trainings, and we can share also with our Araling Panlipunan teachers para aware tayo. Ito kasi ang role natin, main job natin, na aware tayo, alam natin ang mga pangyayari sa ating paligid. Kagaya ngayon, nanalo na si Joe Biden. And I was teary-eyed listening to the speech of the Vice President, woman Vice President. Black American and Indian siya, very bright. If you have time, you listen to the speech and you will be moved by the speech. Dapat ingana ta ka kuan ang Araling Panlipunan, no? Active kami ni Adam diri naga-join me. Grabe mo no sa kuan sa YouTube about that.
Congratulations for them for winning the election.
Yeah.
Okay, an update from Sir Ali Kadapi Fermin. May sinabi siya dito. Umabot na po ng 4,400 views yung webinar link kaninang umaga. Kasi po yung mga hindi umabot sa live kaninang 9 a.m. nag-rewatch po sila. Okay.
Wow.
Diba? 4,400 views.
That's good. Thank you, Al. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for Mr. Mohammad.
We have 690 registrants, Sir Lito.
Bao kadami. Hindi pa umabot lang 900 plus. Why Trump can't afford to lose? Kasi magpa-file siya ng complaint sa Supreme Court. Hintayin muna natin si Sir Mohammad, ha? Sandali lang.
Sige lang, time check. It's 2:09 in the afternoon. We have all the time to wait. Pero wag lang sana siyang maging matagal. Kasi
Hindi ko nakita na nag-left pala siya. Sabi ko sa kanya kanina, i-mute lang ang para dili gud siya makaano. Kasi mahirap magpapasok ulit. Oo. Kasi 100 mag-asa naman tayo na may magbawas na naman ngayon.
baka na mali yung pindot doc, imbis na mute, napindot niya ang kuan. End.
Oh, sabi ni Elisa, oh grabe si Elisa, nang hilak baya ko ron Elisa Gumbok. Doglito Adansa, kakaiba talaga. Thank you so much for exposing us to the different educational systems in Southeast Asia. Indeed, it's all about regional cultural diversity. Nihilak na ko April. Start tulo akong luha. Char.
Kapuwi ang luma ng Supremo dili Kuya Kael. Kapuwi sa yung Paul.
Anak ko.
Ang mga shawl
Thanks.
diha gamiton.
Thanks for facilitating ko sa inita dahil sa shawl. Isuot lang ako ng pag-naana po ng participants. Ang kuan. Spenitarium.
You're welcome, Ma'am Stella Buka.
Yeah, I'm trying to contact my friends in kuan, mga Indian and Malaysia. Na makontak natin mga native speakers talaga in Indian and Malaysia. Those who are under with me during 2008 travel to Japan. Meron pa akong New Zealand. I hope I can get them, New Zealand.
Masarap pakinggan ng English ng India, sir. Very ano din.
Yeah. Ano sila? Pero when you hear Mohammad, our next speaker, is also a good English speaker. Though he is from Bangladesh, but he is
Bangladesh.
yeah. Iba yung Bangladesh nga na after mo nagkaon, nagsakit imong tiyan, ika mag-Bangladesh sa ko, ana. Kata imong anak ko, April nga mama, mag-Bangladesh sa ko, ana.
Sabi. Anyways, Bangladesh. Mabuti na lang hindi siya nakakaintindi ng Filipino, no? Hindi niya
Yeah,
alam.
okay.
Nagamit na
That's
pala.
our lingua term. See, we are still waiting for Sir Mohammad. Ayan is contacting Sir Mohammad. Kasi
Yes,
parang
sir.
busy. He's so busy talaga si Sir Mohammad in Bangladesh kasi a known personality also at nakasama ni Ayan yan siya during the training yata sa Cambodia or sa Manila or whatsoever. Kaya he introduced Mohammad to me and I contacted Mohammad and that's the reason we have a good interaction with Sir Mohammad, Ma'am Jean, and even Ma'am Marina. Na-contact natin sila. We're still waiting. Please wait and extend your patience, mga ka-social scientist group.
Yes, willing to wait. Maaga pa naman po. Time check,
Yeah.
it's 2:12 in the afternoon. Do not forget sa ating streaming via YouTube, like, comment, and share para po mas marami pa ang makakita, mas marami pa po ang ang tawag dito?
Parang April parang nakapasok na lang siya, April.
Sir Ayan, nakapasok na ba ulit si Sir Mohammad? Parang hindi pa yata nakapasok ulit.
He is in Google Meet na daw.
Okay.
Wala, sir. Wala.
Oo daw, nakain na daw siya. I-call daw
Yun
siya,
yung sinabi ko
April.
kanina, Doc. Nag-left siya kanina. She left the meeting.
Ready na siya.
He is ready. Papasukin na.
Kailangan akong pautanon siya.
Wala man siya, sir. Wala siya.
Yung ni Ayan, mag-start na daw niya, tapos wala pa man siya. Asa naman tong link, oy?
Ayan sir, sinend po ni Sir Ayan Morante ang link sa ating meet nasa chat box. Pwede pong masend yan ulit kay Sir Mohammad para makapasok na siya sa ating
Okay
Google
na,
Meet.
tingnan ko. Kadaghan ani unsa man ako ni pag-forward sa iya, ha? Imo ka ba
Isa lang po.
katong nay kato yan sa ako na lang yan bi katong nay araw good yan. Para i-forward na ako diretso mas paspas to siya sa ako aniya. Dali lang ako na siya i-copy di ay no.
Yes sir, copy paste sir.
Ano na siya, sir?
He's here already. April, start na April,
Okay.
please.
Okay, so our fourth and final speaker for today is here already in our Google Meet. So before we have him, let me introduce him to our participants. So our speaker received certificate from UNDP and ADB for promoting SDGs. He published insurance-related article in a local newspaper. He is proven soft skills and insurance trainer. He has also 7 years working experience in reputed insurance company. At present, he is the CEO in the Enlightened World Foundation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, fresh from Bangladesh, Sir Mohammad Sozon. Sir Mohammad, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
loud and
Yes,
clear.
yes,
sir.
my brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy you're in already.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you to the sir and thank you to the organizer for organizing such brilliant, effective, and impressive session for our teachers staying in Philippines. And on behalf of me and my organization, Enlightened World Foundation, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for inviting me and giving me the opportunity. In the next 1.5 hours, I have made my session. If you find it interesting, I'll continue. I'm sure you will find my session interesting. So if you find it interesting, I'll continue. If you feel bored, if you feel like if you don't like, just let me know. I'll just summarize my session. Okay. And if you have any question, queries, always feel free to type in the chat box, and also we will take some comment as well. Okay. So if you allow, should I start?
Yes, yes, brother, you can start already. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So I believe like it's almost like what time in Philippines? It's 2, right?
Yeah, 2:18 in the afternoon, Philippine time.
Okay, I think like from the morning, like from 9, you have started, the online classes in the webinar session. It's not easy, I believe, like staying such a long time. So can we do an energizer? I'll play a song, which is very like, I like that. So what we will do, we will try to sing that song together. Then we will start our session, okay?
Okay.
So I would request everyone to participate with me. I'm sure that next 1.5 hours will be interesting and enjoyable for you all. Can you guys see the screen? Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. YouTube channel is visible. Sound is clear. Sound is clear. Can you just confirm?
No music.
Okay, just let me try again. Is it visible now? Can you see now?
Yeah, we can hear it already.
The sound.
The
Okay, I
sound.
think. Well, so how are you feeling now? Can you type?
Ito siyang ano, ay atik. Ito siyang i-energize.
Feeling energized, Sir Mohammad. Feeling excited and you're happy.
Okay, I can see like some energy has brought, right? So teaching and learning should be fun, what actually I believe. So teaching should be interesting, teaching should be fun, teaching should be interactive. So during this pandemic situation, when all the teachers and each and everyone are moving into the online classes, staying home, it's always boring. So making it online classes interactive, it's very challenging. Whereas like our teachers, our students, parents, they have, adequate acceptability regarding this method as well. So on this note, once again, I would say that it's a very good initiative taken by the local institution for training all the teachers of Santosi city for making them, expert teaching in online medium and making these learning effective. So in my next 1 hour or so, I'll discuss few things. Firstly, I'll give you a brief introduction regarding my country, our education system, and then I'll talk about little bit about the online education system in Bangladesh, which was launched, and what was the initial feedback from the student and the parents and the other stakeholders. And after 6 months, what is the current situation of online teaching in Bangladesh now? Okay, so let's get started. Can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible enough?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, just let me know. Okay, if I lost connection. Okay. So already my introduction has already been given that my name is Mohammad Sozon. I'm an adjunct faculty of International University of Business, Agriculture and Technology since 2018, and I'm also working as an adjunct faculty of Bangladesh Ansan Biriba Academy. It is the law enforcement agency of government of Bangladesh. Apart from that, I have recently enrolled for PhD in e-teaching and e-learning and at University of Tunku Abdul Rahim, Malaysia. So hopefully I'm going to start my PhD in e-teaching and e-learning from 2021 if situation improves. I have more than 7 years working experience both in the insurance company and also footwear company and also telecom company. I work with one of the largest and also the reputed organization of Bangladesh since 2013. And in the freelancing, I have conducted 150 sessions and trained more than 1,000 people both in Bangladesh and other countries. During this pandemic time, last 3 to 4 months, I have arranged so many online sessions to train the teachers, students, and also young professionals in different disciplines, starting with English, communication, leadership, grooming and etiquette, and community development. I'm so lucky that I was able to visit Philippines back in 2019. It was a great moment staying in Manila, and I love Manila, people living in Manila. I have so many friends from Manila, and I love Filipino people. And whenever when I got this opportunity, I became excited that yes, I would spare my time to share my experience with my fellow Filipino brothers and sisters. So I am very happy and excited to be present here. I also traveled to India, Thailand, Kenya, Malaysia, Philippines for my professional purposes. Well, so Bangladesh is one of the South Asian country. We got independence from Pakistan in 1971. Okay, so around 98% people are around 90% people are Muslims, and 10% people are from other religion as well, Hindu, Christian. So in our country, religion is not an issue at all. So we exchange, we share our boundaries with each other. We love harmony, we are social, so religious is not an issue in our country. And our principal industries are RMG, textile, chemical, fertilizer, and pharmaceutical, and these are the industries we have. So this way we are earning our revenue, and this country is moving forward since 1971. If you see the economic indicator of Bangladesh, Bangladesh is one of the strategic location in South Asia where our biggest countries or the richest countries are India and besides Myanmar, and also in Pakistan. So these are the region. Bangladesh is one of the strongest country in the region of South Asia. So our GDP growth is increasing impressively, and our inflation is also 5.5. So poverty rate is gradually declining because government has given importance on quality education, which can help to reduce the poverty. And our 85.4% revenues are coming from RMG sector. Okay, our population around like age 15 plus, Bangladesh is considered one of the youngest population country. It means like 45% people are actually young people, age 18 to 35 years. And employed population around 60 plus million, and unemployment, in this South Asian country, unemployment rate is also very high, despite the effort which has taken by our government. Okay, so by all those things indicator, what I believe that education and is important, but more important is quality education. And in order to ensure the quality education, teachers training and teachers development, it's very important. On this note, the webinar which has been arranged, it's a great one for our fellow Filipino brothers and sisters as well. So I won't discuss much regarding the demographic environment. I'm just prepared this slide just to give you an update regarding Bangladesh and how we are moving forward. Okay, so in Bangladesh, like our population is around 162 million people, and our literacy rate is around 72%. It means that even if you consider 10 years ago, we had huge problem, right, regarding the dropout rate, regarding access to education. So government has taken initiative to ensure access to education for the people, and also the rural and the community level, lot of awareness program has been taken by the government. Therefore, people are sending their son and daughter to the schools and educational institutions. You will see how we have been able to change our education system, especially the literacy rate. But still, one problem we have right at the moment, that is ensuring quality education. And during this last 9 months, 6 months of pandemic, this has become a serious issues, not only in Bangladesh, but also around the world, to maintain the atmosphere of education and to ensure the quality of education. And also, if you see the gender of male and female, you'll see the ratio is it's almost like same, right? Not much differences in the ratio. And also the indicator as well, life expectancy. So overall, like when you have the education, then you are able to know about your rights. You are able to know about your good health and well-being. A good health and wealthy person can able to perform better than an unhealthy or a sick person. Therefore, education is very important for enlightening the future generation. Therefore, this pandemic situation, it's also very stressful, not only for the student, but also the teachers and the administrator and academic, all those things. So this is a very tough time for all of us. Hopefully, we will overcome this situation and bring and we will be able to change the situation and improve the standard of education through enlightening ourselves and empowering our students. Now, like I would like to talk about the Bangladesh education system, right? So in our education system, we have different systems are there, right? Our government has divided the education system into a few areas. Number one is primary education. Primary education from class 1 to 8. Normally, they have decided, and also the secondary class 9 and 10, higher secondary from 11, grade 11 and 12. And after grade 11 and 12, they go for the graduation and post-graduation. And we have also the technical and vocational education as well. So during this pandemic situation, entire system has been collapsed. And it was very difficult to bring this education into the normal flow. Still, educational institutions are closed. And I'll tell you the challenges of each areas and what are the initiatives have government taken to address those situations and to bring the teaching into the online platform, and what was the initial reaction from the people and how those things are drilled at the moment, right? So primary and unlike other countries, so we have our medium of instruction in Bangladesh. Normally, Bangla is our mother language. So almost all the institutions they run, they're teaching in Bengali. We have books which are given class 1 to 9. All the books are given by the government free of cost. It encourages the parents to send their son and daughter to school. And also in the government schools, the government has waived the tuition fee for the student. So they can easily enroll and they can continue their study up to secondary level without paying any money. And we have the English version. It means that the books are written in the same Bengali books are written in English. So students are learning in English. So you will find that around 1 to 2% students and in institution, they have the capacity to teach the student in English version. And English version is available in only 2 to 3 divisional cities, like Dhaka is the capital, and our Chittagong, Sylhet, and those divisional cities, English version are available. Students are studying there. Then English medium. This English medium student, they follow the syllabus and curriculum of Oxford and the Cambridge. So this curriculum is same for other countries in the world. So here you will find that English medium schools are available mostly in Dhaka, Chittagong, and Sylhet. Those are the divisional city where the affluent people are living. So their son and daughter are mostly following the English medium curriculum, and they give the exam in the international, schedule as well. So we have these, and also we have a madrasa education. This is another different kind of education system in Bangladesh. Madrasa education means like our religious subjects are being taught there for the ages. They are learning Arabic and all those things. So the language of madrasa education, again, based on the Arabic. So these are the medium of instruction in Bangladesh. Obviously, I studied, like for me, I studied throughout my my primary, secondary, and higher secondary. I studied in Bengali medium, and in the university, I studied in English medium. So English version. So medium of instruction was English. So I did like both bachelor and masters. Then I did my second masters in English from Jahangirnagar University. So as I told you, Bangladesh is like 162 million people are studying. So the government have actually for primary and secondary and higher secondary. So the government has already divided the education, all the country into 9 different educational boards. Joshore, Dinajpur, Dhaka, Kumilla, Chittagong, Borishal, Mymensingh, Rajshahi, and Sylhet. So what they do, it's like they have actually made this form decently. It's very difficult to manage all the institutions from Dhaka. Therefore, what they did, they actually have given the authority to the divisional areas, region, to monitor the school, college, both primary, secondary, and higher secondary institution. They have the setup over there. So they have the teachers, they have all those things. But in the primary, the government arranged the board exam, right, for class 5, class 8, and class 10, and class 12. Okay, so these are the board exam. Those exams are being taken simultaneously with the same syllabus. Okay. So, hello. So these are being monitored by the government. Okay. So these were actually the government has divided our primary, secondary, and higher secondary institution. For graduation and post-graduation, we have 2 types of graduation, one in the private university, another one in the public university. And in the post-graduation, different departments, different subjects, the medicine and all those postgraduate subjects are being monitored by University Grant Commission. Okay, so primary, secondary, and higher secondary educations are being monitored by the Education Board, and graduation and post-graduation are monitored and managed by University Grant Commission. And also technical and vocational education, they have a separate board which are monitoring the technical and vocational education in Bangladesh. So as I told you that Bangladesh is a small country of 147,000 kilometers area, 64 miles. So here we have 106 private universities and public universities, and 60 public universities. These are funded by the government. The reason I am giving you this information, because I just wanted to give you some idea what actually Bangladesh education system is, how the government is managing this entire workforce, and what are the challenges actually happen due to the pandemic. I'll come to that. And in higher studies, if you see that we have the both business, science, humanities, and all other diploma level as well. So in Bangladesh, not only Bangladesh, in South Asia, the students in the business and humanities are more than any other discipline. And the private universities, if you see the private universities, mostly private universities are based in Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, and Chittagong. And rest of the division, we don't have many universities there. So student, if you see the primary level, secondary level, and the higher secondary level, I'll come to one by one by seeing this. So in the public university, around 3.8 million, almost like 4 million students are studying in the universities, right? And if you see about the higher secondary, the ratio, the number will be almost same. Every year, 1 million students are passing the secondary examination. And they are also passing the higher secondary as well. If you see the number, you will be able to see that around more than 1 million. And due to the COVID-19 coming to back, so these are the actually education and number. So by seeing these number, you can presume that Bangladesh has huge number of students, and each and every one are sending their son and daughter to the educational institution. Therefore, the literacy rate has increased dramatically. But again, it is a difficult task for ensuring quality. And you know, the pandemic situation in globally, around like 4.7 million people has already been affected, and similarly 0.4 million people have been affected in Bangladesh as well. So this is a bad situation for all of us, not only in education. So these large number of people, managing large number of people and bringing into them into the educational platform, this is very challenging. This is very challenging. So what happened, particularly in the education sector, Bangladesh government, like other countries, they have shut down the educational institution from 17 March 2020. And almost like 40 million students have lost their regular connection with academic curriculum. The actual number is more than that. Okay. And according to the report of UNESCO, more than 1 billion students are being affected worldwide. So can you imagine what will happen the immediate future of the student? Because if you can ensure the quality of education, they will suffer sooner or later into their professional life, their academic life. I'm coming back, what happened in context of Bangladesh, right? So now can you see this picture? What you can see?
An airplane.
Plane.
Sorry?
Plane. Qatar plane.
Qatar.
Qatar. Okay. So Qatar plane. Can you type like what you saying in one word? What is its condition? How do you see it? Can you say like what do you see? I can take one or two comment, or you can unmute your mic and say travel. If anyone interested, you can say vacation, going international. So by seeing this plane, either you can say it is either stopped, landed, or it is a problem, or it's ready to fly. Great. Flight on hold. So these Qatar Airways, through this, either we can say it has been blended. Some of you have already said. Maybe it is not usable. It is ready to fly. It is on hold. It might have technical difficulties, right? So many points can come into your mind, right? Or if you are optimistic, you can see that these Qatar Airways plane will fly around the world. So I believe this COVID-19 will be over. Like Qatar Airways, we will fly around the world. We will actually achieve many more things in 2021. So can we say yes? Can we say yes, we will do? Hello?
Yes, we will do.
Yes.
We will and we can.
Yeah, we can. Can you say with me, we can?
We
We
can.
can.
We can.
We can. Go to Bangladesh.
We will see better world 2021.
Indeed.
Yes. So if we want to see, this COVID-19 made us like really sad. So this 2021, we will be able to overcome. Therefore, we need to give our effort. We need to give our importance on our own profession. Whatever the thing we are doing, if we do it perfectly, if we do it dedicatedly, I'm sure we will be able to change this world through our hard working. Okay. So this COVID-19 has given us a lot of examples, lot of learning as well. So it is a survey done by an organization. Initially, in South Asia, there are so many issues, right? So the acceptability of online classes. Even in my university, the student, they prefer not to have online classes. Even the government, initially they did not allow the online classes, right? So student did not, 77% student actually prefer not to have online classes, right? And also the device availability. Since the online actually taught through using computer, laptops, or any other infrastructure, except one or two university, no one had previous experience teaching online. Okay, both the secondary, higher secondary, except in the university level. And also the participant, those who are living in the rural area, they were also the more struggle. They struggle a lot because if you want to connect the online classes, you need to train the teachers, train the student, and also you need to have the device with internet connection. Since this pandemic happened so suddenly, had a massive issue with the connectivity as well, right? And the institution initially, uh, uh, very few number of institution were active. Especially these online classes, it was like proposed by the private universities so that the semester doesn't get delayed. So feasibility of online assessment, actually, it is also a big question because this online teaching, if you want to go for an online teaching, then you need to determine what would be your medium, right? What would be your content? What would be your syllabus? What would be your curriculum? So all of a sudden this happened, the educational institution could not develop those things. Even many of the teachers, they are unable to prepare online classes. So how they will go for conducting classes? Even the initiative taken by your institution to train the teachers through the webinar, I haven't seen our institution to do similar kind of thing, except one or two. So these is big issues for all of us which hamper. What happened with the impact? Ultimately, the government in the higher secondary exam, they actually give all the student auto pass. It means that the student of higher secondary student, they didn't actually appear in the test, which they were supposed to actually appear. Similarly, in the primary and secondary and higher secondary level, the government has given an instruction to give assignment, and the student will be evaluated and promoted to the next grade based on their assignment. Whereas the teachers and students are not actually well trained regarding this method as well. So what from these, what you have understood that the education sector has badly been affected. So what are the challenges actually found? I believe similar kind of challenges may be found in your country as well, or similar country. So lack of teaching platform. So currently, initially the teachers are, since all the teachers are not technologically trained, right? Therefore, they didn't have any platform. Even the institution could not develop the platform through which they can conduct online classes. So ultimately, it's a big challenge. Lack of adequate training or training. So as I told you, the online class acceptability, it's very low. So because neither the teachers nor the students were trained, were briefed. What are the code of conduct for conducting online classes? I'll tell you in the next class. Then there were technical issues as well. Okay, like internet issue, electricity issue. What are the way you can upload your slide, how you can make your classes interactive, right? So these were the issue. Also distraction and time management. So keeping a student for 2 hours in online classes, it's very difficult. So how a teacher can create interactive method, right? Interactive way to train, right? Staying motivated, because staying in the pandemic time, not easy, right? So staying motivated for the class, this is also where the challenge is. Understanding course expectation. You know, each course has different level of expectation. So students were not actually, student face difficulties to understand the expectation. Okay, even the way we used to take on-campus classes, on-campus tests in person, but in online, we had to minimize those things. So quality of teaching actually hampered as well. And lack of in-person interaction, I already told, and adaptability to the unfamiliar technology. Even 4 months ago, the teachers in the rural areas, especially the school, college, and even in the universities as well, they were not familiar how to use Zoom, how to use the Google Meet, Google Classroom. So even from the government side, they could not arrange adequate training, right? So it was a big challenge. And also uncertainty about the future. So you see, the learning or sending your son and daughter in the educational institution is costly nowadays. You have to pay and all those things. So apart from the monthly tuition fees, buying internet and also laptop or a good cell phone, it is also difficult for many of the parents, right? And which actually create the uncertain future, because if a student can complete their courses on time, suffer because their graduation date will be deferred, and they will join in the employment later on as well. So finally, last but not the least, I would say that challenging was the acceptability. Neither the teacher, neither the students, nor the parents initially accepted those online teaching in Bangladesh. So can you just type what are the challenges you face in your country to launch online classes? Can you type? Just one line. What are the challenges you face in your country? So I found internet connection. Can you type just to see? This is a way of interaction with your student. So I am involving. Similarly, while teaching in your student, you can have a lot of interactive activities. Teaching should not be one way, or training should not be one way. Okay, okay, fine. Then so internet affordability. Okay. I want to see few more comment. What are the challenges you face? Uh, Apart from internet connection and gadget, what else? Okay. I'll take 2 more minutes. I'll allocate. So poor internet connection. Any other problem that you face? Poor internet connection. I just want to have like more than anything apart from like internet and gadgets. So any other difficulties? Okay, anxiety of the parent to attend the online classes. Any other parents working abroad? I want to see more common. What are the real challenges you face? So it will be easy for me to move forward. How you can make your classes more interactive through online. Mm-hmm. Okay. Parents can read. Distraction and time management, yes. Okay. Lack of training. And time management. Not all people, teachers, usage of educational website, financial need. Parents cannot focus on teaching. For Michael, not enough budget. For Mongolian, lack of person interaction, yeah. Pitch and order, yeah. Baby start, costly, okay. What else? Hurry up. Connection gadget. I love to see the interaction. I'm so happy that you are allocating your time. Lack of comprehension, short span of interest, okay. Okay, learning formalities of the parents and teachers. weak internet connection. Okay. So I have found lots of common. So any other, I'll give you, it's 2 more minutes for getting the feedback. What are the challenges? Because you people are teaching there. So if you know your problem, it will be easy for you to address those problems, right? Lesson preparation. This is another important point I have found. Great. Lesson preparation. What else? How you can make, what are the challenges? Because if you know your challenges, it will be easy for you to address those. So you have to be honest with yourself. So because teaching online, it's completely a new form of learning, right? New form of teaching. So you people have already, teachers have been able to adapt this system, but readiness to online education. Okay, great. So last minute assessment of learning progress. Great. May I just request the IT team who are actually working, may I just have those comment of my session so that we can do further research in later on as well to address these online issues. So I would just request if anyone can take a pictures of those comments and keep with us so that I can take later on to make another session to address each issues. Okay.
April, paki-inform kay
Okay.
Ayan. Please inform Ayan to take a picture of
Yes,
all
sir.
the issues, concerns, and challenges.
Okay, we will just, sir, copy and paste those answers and comments coming from the participants. Then we will send it to you, Sir Mohammad.
Yeah, great. Thank you. So thank you everyone for sparing your time to put your comment. So in this situation, so what are the major barriers of e-teaching and e-learning? Number one, I have found, according to me, is lack of devices, right? So in the laptop or the tablet or any other platform. So both the teachers and the student, some of the institution, they are providing these technical equipment, but same in our country as well. So the device is one. Second problem is lack of understanding, right? Both the teachers and students are, teachers are actually ready to teach because this is their profession, right? But the students and parents, they are not ready yet. Okay. Then also with the training, if you want to teach your student online, you need to give adequate training. You need to train up them your way of teaching, right? And also your lesson plan. The way you taught in the in-person class, in online classes, this should be the different. I'll come back to my next session, next one. So despite all the concern, the government actually has given permission to private universities to conduct online classes. So we started online classes from April, from May 2nd week in the university I'm teaching. So out of 106 universities, private university of Bangladesh, only 10 to 20 were actually able to go to the online classes because the teachers were not ready. The university could not provide the portal. So what we used to, initially we used to use the social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, messengers to conduct classes. But later on, so we started using other online portal. The university had given few directives that students who have fallen into financial difficulties, we need to support them. Considering the burden, it is appropriate to pressurize, we can't pressurize a student. And also, if student fail any subject, we had to take the retake exam and all those things. And also we had to notify the student regularly before the class, before the test, and all those things. So, and also we need to prepare the lecture material in the PowerPoint template or a format. So we used to send those to the student before our classes, so that the student can read after the session. But again, the challenges is, if you consider the rural area, many of the teachers, they don't have enough technological knowledge. They can't operate the computer. They can operate they can prepare the PowerPoint slide. They can prepare the lecture. They are not good at presentation as well. So in front of camera, right, in front of face-to-face using the digital media. So all those things were the big challenge. And the success story, these are the currently what happened. The government has allowed the institution, both the school, college, universities, to conduct online classes. Some of the teachers are conducting Facebook Live classes. Some of the teachers are using Zoom classes again, and Google Meet, Google Classroom, and television. So through television, they are teaching the student in the remote areas. But the problem is this way of teaching, these 95% teachings are becoming one-sided. Okay, like I am talking, this cannot be the teaching, right? This should be a two-way communication, right? Therefore, the number should be 10 to 15 or 20, maximum 20 students in one section, so that the teacher can talk easily face-to-face with the student and can learn and can exchange, can make the learning interactive, right? Therefore, currently, these are the success story. Even the student, even the parents, they are actually accepting online classes in Bangladesh. So by this, actually, I am really fond of technology, as I said earlier. I love to share knowledge. I love to share experience. So these are the success story of, although Bangladesh has moved to the digital, but there are challenges. Teachers are not trained. So what I did from my own, initiative, I am giving training to the local school teachers, college teachers through online. I'll share you the second part, which will help you how you can prepare your teachers and students for online classes. Up to now, do you have any question? Do you have any question?
Okay, participants, do you have any question regarding the topic given to us by our speaker, Sir Mohammad Sozon?
Then I'll move to the next slide. Are you enjoying first, Sami? Are you enjoying?
Yes, sir. We are listening.
Yes.
Okay. So up to now, any question?
None, sir, so far.
Okay. So we can move to the second presentation. So this is the training module which I actually prepared for training the school teachers, because when I launched that, this was my own initiative to train the teachers of the institution. because I found that teachers are confused. Teachers are really worried how to conduct online classes, how to make student interactive, right? How they can move forward, right? So this is my own initiative, and also the government, like since the government alone couldn't do arrange training for the teachers and the student, so they couldn't do that. So what I did from my own initiative, I just prepared a training module for the teachers how they can conduct online classes. So how to conduct online classes, most probably you people have ideas. So can you type one more time the best way to conduct online classes or to make the class interactive in one word? Can you type in one word how to make online classes interactive? Energizing, great. I want to see the involvement. Yes, smile. Interesting. Hurry up, one word, only one word. Lively, yes. Exciting. So you can make, yeah, catchy, yes. And meaningful, yes. Interactive. So we have 100 participants, so at least we can expect 30 comment. Challenging, exciting. So these are the way, the reason I am giving you the involvement, so similar way you can involve your student in the class. So this will give them an opportunity to interact, feel not bored, right? So anyway, again, I'm moving to the my discussion. So if already I have shared these, I'm not discussing these. So if you move to the developing country, 98% institution have moved the majority of in-person classes. So it means like 2021, 2020, almost like classes are being held in online. I believe like if situation doesn't improve, we need to move to the online classes in 2021 even. And not only that, we need to move for blended learning. We can't depend on only in-person classes. We need to actually mix our teaching method. And institution staffs have been suspended and remote working policy. So these are, and also most importantly, I would like to thank your institution that they are arranging such seminar for giving training to the teachers who will be able to bring changes, because when you learn something, you can deliver. When you are energized, you are feeling good to deliver. So this is a great investment. So in institution, they need to invest heavily on this teaching and training as well. So what are the feedback? Probably, did you guys get any feedback from the, you have already mentioned your issues like technical issues, technological device. Have you been able to get feedback from the student regarding, and the parents regarding online classes, what they say? Mostly the content are poor. If you consider in our context of Bangladesh, many teachers are unable to prepare the content even, PowerPoint content. So what they do, they actually conduct online classes like a Facebook Live in front of camera or in front of Facebook, in front of using mobile phone, they are speaking and writing in the whiteboard and students are listening only. So content is not suitable as well. A little collaborative learning. So when you are in the classroom in person, you can give lot of assignment, homework, and interaction. But online classes, if you don't do the interaction, this is gonna be difficult, right? So you need to develop the collaborative learning as well. Inconsistent instruction. So what would be your instruction, right? When you are teaching in online, you need to design, you need to consider each student capacity, right? So do you do any assessment? Have you done any assessment? Like the student who are in the top 10, they are easily able to catch what you are saying. But the student who are in the after 10, they might not be able to catch. So what are the way you are doing? Mostly online teaching, it's becoming a one way. No, this cannot be. You need to make a participatory class. You need to make it a group, right? Where student can talk each other, can change ideas, lots of presentation, lots of other activities, right? Little to no access to the professional teaching assistant. So you have the training regarding in-person classes conducting, but if you don't have the training regarding online classes, this is very difficult for you to ensure best things. And also the poor instructor preparation. See what happened, like if you go in the Facebook live, so you need to, the way you used to conduct classes in the classroom, your preparation should be different, right? Limited technical knowledge by professors. The teachers who are teaching, they have limited knowledge regarding these technical as well. Therefore, it is becoming challenging. So that's the reason the country, the developing country or the goods institution, they are investing heavily on teachers, they're investing heavily on technology, and also they are conducting interviews, getting feedback from the student, feedback from the parents, and finally they design their material accordingly. Okay. So what are the expertise needed for online class? Are you feeling bored? Hello?
No, sir. Just continue.
Okay. So the expertise for conducting online classes. Number one, these are the areas I found that teachers should be developed. Number one, expertise in technology. Those who are conducting online classes, they should be well equipped, they should be well trained regarding each software. If your institution can develop your own software, that's fine. If you are heavily dependent on the third-party software, then you should have enough knowledge regarding this. And also you need to arrange session for the student, how student can actually attend those classes. Students should be able to know the operation of those technology. Knowledge on MS Office program like PowerPoint, right? So if you see the school, colleges, normally in our country, so teachers are dependent on like paper based. They are not using the digital content. So you need to have knowledge and expertise regarding the development of these areas. Then multimedia operation, right? So these are also, it's important. And finally, presentation and delivery. So teachers are very good at presentation, right, in person. But when you are presenting in the digital media, so what are the dress code? What are the way you can present? How you can make your presentation more interactive? You need to think for that, right? So can we see a presentation for 5 minutes, if you have allow me?
Sure, sir. No worries po.
I'll just, we will watch, not all, just we will see.
Isa lang ginaubod. 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 Isa lang ginaubod.
Born and raised in a small village. It's great. It's somehow full. Your story is larger American story.
The next thing he said, that his mother's family, grandfather fought in World War II, he used the GI Bill, they said Kansas, so white people would say, he's just like us.
My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation. I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that no other country on earth is my story even possible.
Going into this speech had 4 years of George Bush, and we felt as a country like we've grown further apart.
04 was very much a divisive partisan race. Obama's speech is in ways an antidote. Alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga. Belief that we're all connected as one people. If there is a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me. It's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and have to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my
his mind, and the other is his ability to speak to large groups of people. There are 3 things that Obama does that really makes that speech effective. He wants concrete detail. He likes story, and he loves antithesis, the use of repetition and structure to show contrast. There is not a liberal America or a conservative America. There is one America.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into reds.
Well, probably you have been able to hear that, right? So a teacher should be a great presenter, right? So if a teacher can be great presenter, it would be easy for student to learn. It would be easy for a student to be involved with the class. Therefore, the teacher should be a storyteller. This should not be one-way teaching, right? So presentation need to involve. So if you guys want me to give presentation, I am right. I'm a big fan of Obama, so I would love to have session on the presentation as well and student involvement. So let's move to the online classes. So what are the online classes? So obviously, I'm going to do my PhD on this topic. Okay. So online classes, what is our online classes? E-learning stand for electronic. So it is an electronic learning. So e-learning is the learning process created by interaction with digitally delivered content, services, and support, right? So I'm not going to go for the definition of this, okay. In current context, e-learning is it's the only way to interact with the student, only way to interact with the parents. Okay. Two types of e-learning is there. One is synchronous, another one asynchronous learning. Synchronous learning and teaching take place in the real time, same time, while the trainer and learner physically separate from each other. What happened now, like online classes, two-way interact, internet, okay. So, and audio video conferencing, right?
Excuse me, Sir Mohammad. We cannot see your presentation, sir.
Okay. I think you'll be able to see now. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, sir. There, sir, it's presenting already.
Uh, so as I said that e-learning stand for, I've already mentioned that there are two types of e-learning, synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous is happening at the same time, real time. So, and asynchronous, like a video tapping classes, store audio, so you can like store those things, and student can answer later on and recorded audio type. So these are like in your subject, you will find many more things in the online, right? So YouTube. So those are by studying or enjoying, those students be able to learn that. So if you want to develop our e-learning culture, so you need to develop the learners, like self-directed, self-motivated, self-regulated. So it means like when you are in the classroom, the student, your academic authority, they can monitor you. But even in the online, they can monitor you. But you need to be more motivated. You need to prepare the learner as well. So how they are reacting, correct? How they are doing that. And for the teachers, it's the center point here. So teacher need to play the vital role. Therefore, teacher skills, facilities, learning opportunities, these are important. And administrator, here you can see for this webinar, how many people are working together. If one person can want to arrange this, how much effort he or she need to give, right? I think Sar can mention that. What are the challenges they face throughout this week to organize these classes, right? This webinar. So similar experience you can take to involve with your learners, with your parents, with your academic administrator and school authorities. If you can do that dedicatedly, then you'll be able to make sure your class is interactive. Your class has become qualityful. Your student will be very happy with that. Okay. So if you want to do that for e-learning, you need to provide services 24/7 hours, because teaching is a service oriented job, right? So you need to be connected with your WhatsApp, we need to connect it with your parents. You can send WhatsApp if possible, if they have that, okay, if they have the technology. So earlier you were you might not be able to talk with every parents, but you have the opportunity. You can create WhatsApp group, what I did. So through which you can communicate with the parents, or messenger group. So you can upload them. You can interact with the student easily. Then technology, right? So you need to be adapted with the technology and also with the parents and all those systems. And finally, for your curriculum. So how many classes are going to be conducted for each session? What are the topic will be taught? So how you can make this interesting, how you can make a story with that, how you can make it more interactive. So you need to make your curriculum accordingly, right? Therefore, you need to invest time on it, right? I'm not going that. Rules for teachers on online classes, right? So there should be, because teaching is a professional job, right? So unlike like other profession, so if you can be professional, you will be able to develop your student professionally, and they will be able to be qualityful, and they will be able to contribute for the development of the society. Therefore, there should have certain rules that teachers can follow. Enter the class keeping your microphone and video, and keep yourself visible right during the class for making it interactive. You can use the internet video calling as well, taking photos. You can say name or something like that. PC to take classes if possible. And also make sure that no background talks, right, while you are conducting classes. So you need to be in a quiet place and no background noise and all those things. These will make the learning interesting, right? Place your camera so that no visitor seen in the background. Since like we are conducting classes in staying at home, so if your parents or if your son and daughters or any other guests coming to the on script, this is giving a negative message regarding you, your institution, right? Because you never know that parents or the other people might have seen your lectures as well. So you need to be more professional and more serious regarding online classes. Face the student and maintain eye contact. So here, say for example, in this webinar, we have 100 more participants. So if it could be like 30 participants, then we would be able to maintain more interaction. That would make this session more fruitful, more interesting, right? So try to interact more with the student, right, and speak less. Ask question and make your session interesting. Already you have seen that I have shared so many things, so you can do that. Those for online classes before, so dress up properly, prepare lesson plan, prepare the activity list, present on time before starting the class, arrange the sound system and learning material. So these are the areas which you can work. Instruction for the student, you can tell student to dress properly, possible. Prepare the activity list. So what are the activities assignment? You can use Google Sheet or some other ways, and sound something like that. Okay. Those for taking, welcome the student with smile, treat everyone with kindness and respect, check the activity log. So you need to prepare each day's log, then you can follow up with the student, how they can do that, whether they have done it, whether they are facing any difficulties. Okay. Conduct the class using multimedia. So what happened in my country, I've seen that teachers are using Facebook Live, or even they're using the whiteboard. So I would suggest not to do that. Prepare your multimedia content. Make the class exciting, inviting, and visual. So make more visual, make more audios, right? Schedule dates, lesson plan, so you can do that. Give lots of feedback. So you should give lots of feedback to the student. And for any assessment, try to give notice and all those things. This will help student to be online. And what are the don't you can do? Underestimate the time to prepare. What happened, like as we are teaching for same subject for 10 years, So you should not think that like, yeah, it's become easy for me, I can do that. No, you should take preparation. Publish the wrong video or lesson plan. So in online, you should be very careful on that. Publishing the wrong or outdated syllabus. So you can do that. Assume student know how to operate a computer. So things like the student who doesn't have the access to the device, so how they will attend these online classes. So you need to make things very easy. And most importantly, make your lesson short. Okay. So I have already said that the challenges, lack of experience, practical. So these are the way online classes are challenging, right? So now, like, if you have question, I think I have already crossed my 1.5 hours. So now, do you have question you can ask?
Okay, so future participants, if you have a question for our speaker, Sir Mohammad Sozon, feel free to type in our chat box.
Or you can unmute and you can
Yes,
speak.
yeah, you can
No need to
unmute.
type, yeah, one by one you can speak.
You can unmute and ask him personally your question. Anyone? How about to those who are in the live streaming, Sir Ali? Meron ba silang mga questions for our speaker? Okay, so lagyan natin ang fun. Sir Lito?
Hello, wala nang questions from the participants.
Dito
No
sa
questions from the participants.
So no question.
They're silent. Maybe
No.
they are satisfied.
No shy. So if this is an opportunity to speak, right? So out of 100 people, within 100 people, so this will help. Like if you can speak, your student will be as well.
In the FB live stream, April.
Wala pa po, sir, kasi medyo delayed po ang streaming sa live streaming. Sa YouTube pala po.
Any feedback or any comment, you can just give it. Then we will listen a song and I'll say goodbye.
Okay, from Ma'am LV Openya, Sir Mohammad, thank you. You have very clear delivery. We have a question here, sir. Do
Yes.
Bangladesh have stable internet connection?
We have like in capital city, we have like the stable connection, but in outside, in the divisional cities, there are challenges.
Okay, so very challenging. Okay, another question, sir, from Sir Jason Matkocha. May I ask about some interventions made by Bangladesh teachers to those students who are logged behind in this time of health emergency crisis? Thank you.
What teachers did for this student, right? Can
yes,
you just?
Sir.
Oh, the teachers actually, they involved with the teachers and parents. They're calling, they're sending SMS. These way they are actually connecting with the students.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that answer. Another question, Sir Mohammad. So what learning modality or modalities do you use for rural areas
Especially in the rural areas, since internet connectivity is very poor, so the government hasn't been able to bring all those people in the online. So what they do, we have a television channel through which the recorded classes are being shown, and because for the television classes they don't need any access, only a television, so they can do attend the classes from there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just like in the Philippines, sir, we are doing that modality also. We have recorded classes
Mhm.
in for radio and for television also.
The another question, Bangladesh education system and in the Philippines. So we have like three systems, like primary, secondary, and higher secondary. I believe like Philippine, I'm not sure about that. I'll get back to you after the studying the Philippine education system as well. The another question regarding how our government is supporting the educational institution. So what happened, like in the government, they are encouraging the online classes now. So these way actually they are giving the stipend. They are actually allowing the teachers, and recently they have actually decided to allocate some fund for students so that they can buy device for attending the online classes. The parents, the initially the parents were reluctant, but nowadays, like nobody knows how long this pandemic will be. So therefore, parents are accepting the online classes now.
Okay, so there's no more question for Sir Muhammad.
Okay, so I think with this note, I would say let me, share. You guys can enjoy after this. Let me show you one a beautiful song of my country. So I hope you will enjoy,
Perfect.
and then we will actually, I'll say goodbye. Let's enjoy another song. It's a Bengali song. Just try to just get it. Okay,
Okay, sir.
just understand the lyric.
We will try.
চলো একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো যদি কেউ কথা না কয় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা কেউ কথা না কয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুক্তিরায় সবাই করে ভয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুক্তিরায় সবাই করে ভয় তবে পরাণ খুলে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় যদি গহন পথে যাবার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি আলো না ধরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে যদি ঝড় বাদলে রাতে তোমার দেয় করে যদি ঝড় বাদলে রাতে তোমার দেয় করে আমি বাজরা নালে বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে একলা চলো আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে
The meaning of this song is, hello?
Yes, sir, we're still here.
The meaning of the song is, we need to work together, right? So if you don't get the response, you need to move alone to bring the changes. Because you have to take your own initiative to bring changes in the society, to contribute for the development. Okay, so teachers are an asset for a country, for a nation. So you need to work together, but if you face challenges like this pandemic, you need to invest your time with yourself so that you can be great teachers and you can change and inspire the people living there. Okay. On this note, I would say thank you very much one more time for giving me the opportunity. Good would love to have in future. Feel free to knock me. My number is there. At any time, feel free to contact with me if I can be of any help.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much, Sir Mohammad, for sharing with us the knowledge about the Bangladesh setting of education. Thank you so much, sir. Sir Lito.
April.
Yes, sir. Do you have something to tell Sir Mohammad, sir?
Thank you so much, my beloved brother, far away from Bangladesh, for sharing your precious time with us. We know that you are too busy there in your country, but you still find time to share your knowledge for Filipino teachers. Mabuhay ka, Brother Mohammad Sozon, meaning long live for your brother. See you in the Philippines very soon. Thank you.
Inshallah, 2021.
Inshallah, inshallah. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, do share your feedback regarding the session as well. I would love to have the feedback. Okay, and any suggestion for further improvement, I would love to have from the participant, from you people as well. Okay, so on this note, goodbye, take care, have a great day. Thanks for patient hearing.
We will
Okay,
still
sir.
award your certificate, virtual awarding. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Do not leave yet, Sir Muhammad. We will
Okay.
award your certificate virtually. There, as you can see it in our presentation, Sir Muhammad. Certificate of recognition and grateful recognition for his valuable and unwavering support he extended as resource speaker of the webinar for effective distance education for social science teachers during turbulent times, held on November 8, 2020, via Google Meet at General Santos City, given this 8th day of November 2020 at General Santos City, Philippines. Signed, Remilito G. Flores, Session 5, Schools Division Superintendent. Certificate of recognition is proudly presented to Professor Mohammad Sozon. Thank you so much, sir.
It's an honor for me.
See you, sir. See you
Bye.
soon.
See you in 2021. I'm looking forward. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye. Okay, so there you have it. All of our 4 speakers in this webinar. Bakit may caption? Maulaw mo sa tanis tong English, eh. Okay, Sir Lito, we are done. We're almost done. But then, let me remind you of our online evaluation, Sir Ayan, Sir Mark.
Yes. Evaluation.
Sir Ayan, parang kidlat. Ayan na po ang ating online evaluation. Nasend na po ni Sir Ayan sa ating chat box. And sa mga nasa live streaming, please, paki-copy and paki-pindot na po ng ating link. Nandiyan na po sa ating chat box. Tapusin po ang ating evaluation para po makakuha kayo ng ating certificate for this webinar. Okay? Sir Lito, any words before tayo mag...
Kailangan ka nag-reply sa ako sa mga speakers. Kailangan.
Okay po.
Salamat. Okay. Sige. Wow, thank you, Lord, for the very successful conduct, our third series for webinar 2020 for Araling Panlipunan and Social Science teachers. We are also happy that your district supervisors and your principals gives you an opportunity to be with us this afternoon. Kasi we sent the memorandum to the fields, and at least kunti lang yung na-follow up po kanina, and you are already in our webinar. Thank you also for the technical working group. I know for the preparations, it's not easy to prepare. And we have still one remaining webinar this coming November 12. So I hope you can still be with us if you are still interested. We have still live streaming in the FB and YouTube for our page. And if you want to be interested, just be there so that you can also receive. This is the last webinar. This is the fourth webinar. So you have already 4 certificates to be given to you this year. Hopefully, as I mentioned earlier, we can still have another seminar, and I am thinking of the impact of COVID-19 on teachers' emotional and mental health, psychological and emotional well-being of Araling Panlipunan teachers. I have already contacted one speaker. We are still waiting for the reply from Costa Rica, but he's a Filipino, a graduate of psychology, and other invited speaker. I hope you can join with us. Pray for us. That's not for me, but for everybody. I want you to be what you call this, aware, to be full of knowledge and wisdom. You will be completely developed with the KSA, the talent, skills, and attitude to be a teacher, especially for Arling Panlipunan. And I hope to see you in future webinars that we'll be having. Thank you again, a million thanks to my TWG for all the support. We have the financial support also personally given by our 2 principals, Ma'am Erlene Garay and Dr. Ida Vilches. We have also Adam Kael, and we will be including April, Ma'am Irene, Dr. Irene. Soon in the last webinar, November 12, masali na po siya as part of the technical working. So to all of us, thank you, Lord, for the successful conduct of our webinar.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. You're always welcome, Dr. Lito. Just call our name and we'll be there.
Yes,
so
salamat. Yes, so man at the coffee. We'll be going to Marina.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, so do not forget once again, participants here in our Google Meet as well as in our streaming via YouTube. I would like to say thank you also to Sir Ali Fermin.
Yeah, sorry pala si Sir Ali, please include that in the team for the
Yes,
in charge of the certificate mark. Nag-start na ba siya itong 4, no? So dapat meron siyang 4 na certificate of recognition, then 4 na certificate of participation para 8 talaga ang makuha niyang certificate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Al. Thank you for all the support. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Walang problema na yan si Sir Al, sir. Just stop him. No, madali lang yan makausap. Thank you so much, Sir Ali. Pinagamit mo kami ng iyong account for your YouTube. And you support Sir Ali sa kanyang YouTube. Support local vlogger. Nagba-vlog kasi si Sir Ali on what's happening sa ating education system, lalong-lalo na dito sa General Santos City Division.
We have also our YouTube, April, created by Marie Pacorib.
Okay, sir. But we are using Sir Ali's YouTube account.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Ali, once again. Okay, so that's it for today's webinar. Grabe ang bombard ng mga knowledge, no, hanggang hapon. But we are so happy and we are very lucky to be here, participating and listening to the different speakers we have coming from Cambodia, from Japan, and we also have from Bangladesh. Sir Ali, what's happening?
Thank you. Likewise, sir.
Okay, i-mute mo ng microphone, Sir Roberto. Sige, we have the international closing prayer.
Okay, so without further ado, let's have the prayer now, our closing prayer, to be led to us by Sir Alvin Makadagong. Sir Alvin.
Thank you, Ma'am April. Let us bow our head. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord God, for a successful seminar. Thank you for the opportunity. As we come to the end of our time together, We thank you for what has been accomplished today. May the matters topics discussed serve as catalysts to move us forward and cause us to advance and see growth in all areas of our lives. We leave here recognizing you are the God of all wisdom and you are willing to lead us forward. This we pray in the name of Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Congratulations to us. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. April, ayos sa kaglakaw kadali pati Alvin kamo sa kadali ayan. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Hindi po, sir. Or
Salamat.
gawa na lang tayo ng iba panibagong
Ay, oo,
picture.
gawa na lang ako ng ano. Sige.
Bye! For those who are in the live streaming, thank you po sa panonood. Until next webinar on November 12. Do not forget. See you. Take care. Keep safe. God bless you all.
Wala yung kasulod si Emily, no?